Hello and welcome back to an exciting semester of sports with Queens TV. I'm Maury Rubin and I'm in the ARC with Dylan, and he's part of the Queens wrestling team. Dylan, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing great. We've caught you at a practice. It's really exciting. Can you tell us a bit about what you do in the practice?
Well, practices, I guess we just start with a warm-up. So stretch everything out. I mean, as you can see, you don't want to snap anything or break anything. So you get warm, and then, like you've been seeing, we just do drills for a little while, and usually at the end of practice, we'll get some matches in, get some full-on wrestling practice.
So after you guys practice, what kind of tournaments do you enter? How do you exercise? What amazing stuff you're doing here?
Well, tournaments, there was a few, I think 2 or 3 before the winter break, and then now we had one last weekend. I didn't personally go to that one. Got one coming up this weekend. Not 100% sure where it is off the top of my head, but then after that, you get into OUAs, CIS finals, all that kind of stuff. So right now is really tournament season, so 3 weekends straight, we've got a weekend off, and then another tournament, so it gets kind of crazy.
At my school and my household, wrestling and fighting really wasn't encouraged, but how did you end up becoming a wrestler?
Well, when I was younger, I used to do some martial arts and kind of took a break from that, and then when I got into high school, about halfway through high school, I decided to start, and I had a friend who was involved in it, so kind of got into that, mostly just practicing in high school, but now kind of getting into the tournaments and stuff with university, so it's a whole different ballgame. It's a lot of fun.
How did they get you out of university? How did they get you out of high school to come to Queen's University and to be a wrestler here?
Well, actually, I just joined the team. I guess there was that big open sports thing at the beginning of the year for all the frosh, and we all went, and I saw the wrestling team sign up, and I figured, hey, I did it in high school, might as well try it out, get involved in sports. So,
cool.
This is Braden.
All right.
Help answer some questions, I guess.
Braden, I came to this practice. I didn't really know a lot about wrestling. I still don't know a lot, but I have some of these really a lot of misconceptions about what wrestling is. Are there any other misconceptions out there of what the heart of wrestling is?
Well, the hardest part of wrestling is about just working hard, beating up people, come to practice every day, slam some guys around, and then feels good at the end of practice, beat up some people, go home.
I noticed that there's a lack of spandex here. Usually you see the wrestlers, they have the big spandex. Where do those come in?
Well, we only use those for the tournaments, Practice, we just wear shorts and a t-shirt, more relaxed.
Spandex stays at home.
Spandex stays at home. I also noticed earlier you were mangling some of these body bags over here. What are those?
Oh, those are just the throwing dummies, for my big throws. Can't do that to people or I'll break your neck. Just save it for the matches, right?
Say that for the matches. We're not going to get thrown today. They say in real life that size really does matter, but I'm kind of a bit taller than you guys. Is there any proper height, proper weight to be a wrestler?
Well, it's divided by weight categories, right? So Braden's in a different category than I am. So you usually wrestle guys pretty close to your size. So I don't know how much you weigh. Do you mind if I ask?
160.
Okay, 175. So you'd be under me. You'd be wrestling guys a bit smaller.
I weigh less than you.
You weigh less than me.
So we wouldn't be in the same class?
No.
I'd be very scared to fight you.
I've got about 15 pounds on you. Okay. I don't know.
And Braden, what class are you in?
Depends, Sometimes my weight goes up, sometimes I cut down, Right now I think I'm probably going to cut to 90 kilos or so.
And is there any weight class you prefer to fight in?
I used to be a heavyweight, so I'm hoping to go down to 90 kilos and wrestle some smaller guys, throw them around a bit.
So you want to wrestle smaller guys, get the bit of advantage of there, you jerk. All right. I'm not so well versed in the world of wrestling, but I'm assuming there are a lot of wrestlers out there. Do you guys have any favorite wrestlers or any that inspired you?
Personally, I don't really have any inspirational wrestlers. I don't know about Braden.
Just my coaches, honestly. They have families and they don't get paid to coach us. They come out to practice every day to teach us moves, so they're my inspiration. Obviously,
Queens is the best university out there. You wouldn't want to be wrestling at any other university. How does it feel being a Queens Gale when you're at a tournament?
Well, it's nice. It's nice being a Gale. I mean, you look at all the other singlets; they've all got pretty standard colors, and we stand out. We've got the bright gold and blue, and looks pretty good. So. One of the funniest things, I guess, that's happened to me at one of the tournaments. I was changing in the bathroom and I walked out, and those sinks that have the foot pedal? There was a guy in a Western tracksuit kind of trying to figure out how the sink worked. I just kind of walked up in my Queens, washed my hands, walk away, and just kind of made me laugh.
Awesome. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being part of this interview.